Welcome to Gail's Garden, Herbs, and More. Oh, there's several things I want to share with you. Do you know what this right up here is? My Rose of Sharon. Do you know what this is? Hold on, I think this is... No? Okay. What are these coming up? That's not Rose of Sharon. Do you know what that is? Yeah, it's pansies. There was more in here. So, there's actually 3 left in here. I dug up 2. And, okay, I put this up on the tree they cut off. And I transplanted the pansies here. I'm hoping they'll grow up and kind of hang down. I've got other flowers up here. This is echinacea, and this is calendula. So, yeah. But these are just free plants. And you know why I got free plants? Because the wind blows. There's pansies right next to my Rose of Sharon. And apparently they're blowing seeds down there, and it started new little plants. Kind of cool. Free plants. I'll always take some free plants. Anyway, let me show you something else. These were picked this morning. This is my Jostaberry here. So, anyway, I had ordered this little pack of a variety of basils from Azure Standard, and they weren't labeled, so I didn't know what kind of basil I was getting. This looks and smells a lot like Thai basil. I'm pretty sure this is Thai basil. So I'm trying to keep the little flower parts picked off, because if you let it go, then your plant doesn't last as long. So I picked some leaves with them, and I made a cup of hot tea, and it was okay. And I thought, this is not what I want. So I thought, I'm going to make this into an iced tea. So I let it cool down a little, and I poured it in a jar with some ice, and it's really good as a drink. It's like ice cold water with a slight, wonderful, refreshing flavor. Very different, not what I expected. It was just so good. Oh, do you have an imagination? I would like to tell you a little story here. So all these things I'm showing you as that and other things I was doing around in my little garden yard. And I heard this, was sitting here looking out, and in my mind I heard this cheerful little, "Hello there, how are you today?" Just this beautiful little cheerful, happy-go-lucky. And I looked, and then I heard a little bit of a muffled sound as a little bee landed on one of my little characters. Yes, these cosmos are just so cheerful and bright. And this color too. Colors make a lot of difference in a lot of things for mood and all kinds of stuff. And in my mind, that's what they caught my attention. It was like they were waving at me because the wind was blowing. And I looked over here, and in my mind, I could almost see hear these little voices saying, "Hello, hello," And then I heard some other little teeny tiny voices, and they were all saying, us too, look at us too. And I looked down here. What did they call that? Sweet alyssum? Anyway, they're so cute, these little tiny flowers. They're really pretty. I've got them planted here by my yellow squash. It's the straight neck yellow squash. And then over underneath these leaves, I've got some Swiss chard. Next to it, the Swiss chard's going crazy. These are cosmos as well, but from these I hear a different voice. I hear a very sophisticated, "Hello, and how are you today?" type of in my mind. They just seem like they're sophisticated ladies compared to the bright and cheerful pink ones. And that's okay. A little sophistication's okay in the corner of my garden. Walking through my garden, I didn't plant this. This is a wild. Most people would call it a weed and would have picked it out, pulled it out by now. But it's yellow dock or curly dock. They call it both names. And it's going to seed now. And you can actually make stuff with this. So, Yeah, but the leaves, you can eat the leaves. The young leaves are good in a salad, but the roots are what I really like. You can make wonderful medicine with the roots. One of the things that I personally use the roots for is I get constipated sometimes, and I've talked about that in some of my others. But I just love yellow dock root and yellow dock plant. So I left it growing here. I didn't pick it out. I just didn't have the heart to. Right next to that is a little pot of holy basil. Which I should be drinking a little bit. I got so many things, though I can't drink that much tea, but I should be taking holy basil every day. One of the many, many benefits is good to help keep cataracts back, and I've got the beginnings of those. They've been telling me that for years. But I should be drinking that every day, but I just can't get everything in that I want to get in, you know. I wanted to try some Thai tea today. I went to a plant place now where I live. It took me 45, almost 2 hours to get there now. It's called the Plant Barn. And I've always really liked them, but I've been disappointed the last couple years. Oh, I'm sorry, but you cannot have fruit right now. Pick off the blossoms and fruit. That's hard to do, but when they're not healthy looking like this and they're small, you want all their energies to go into getting healthy, growing better roots. These were so root bound. I don't know if it's going to come out of it. Now this one was root bound too. Same thing. It's a hot banana pepper, but it's looking better. It's a dark green. It's healthier. It's a little bit taller. I still took off some peppers. I see another one I need to get off too. Boy, there's so many they're really wanting because they were so root bound. I don't know how they're going to do. I was with the only hot banana peppers I can find within a 2-hour driving distance. I mean, I could not find any. Nobody has hot banana peppers. And I had planted seeds and they will not come up. But it's pretty cold up here, even for the very end of May. This is Memorial Day weekend, Saturday. And it was so cold last night. And it's kind of chilly today, a little bit overcast. You can kind of see. Yeah, so peppers like hot weather. Got an eggplant here, and I probably should have taken off this eggplant. Let's see if there's anything under that. I don't know. Doesn't. Probably is, but I probably should cut that off. I'll debate on it. There's only one, but the plant really needs to grow. It really needs to grow. Now this chocolate bell, which I don't really like the chocolate bell, the color as well. I'd rather have a purple bell, which I have another one in another place. But I wanted to get any bell peppers I could get. I took babies off from this too, but it is starting to give some new growth. So I think it's going to be okay on this one. We'll see how it goes. More holy basil or tulsi, whichever you want to call it. This is one of the basils that was in that variety pack that was not labeled, but it's kind of fun. You get whatever you get. I'm trying to get it to grow. It hasn't grown a whole lot. Anyway, there's just a few little things I thought I would share with you. Just in this one little spot, there are so many wonderful herbs and plants. There's the beautiful poppies, which I just enjoy the aesthetic value of those. There is plantain. I mean, I'm sure you've heard lots about plantain. That's a very wonderful herb. There is dandelion. There is self-heal. There is, oh goodness, blackberries. Blackberries, not only the fruit, the leaves make a wonderful tea. I usually pick like the fresh, young, real bright green leaves and let them dry and keep them and make blackberry tea. It tastes kind of like black tea. But if you get the roots are wonderful for if somebody has diarrhea. They're really good. They're astringent. They're just in this small little area here. There's just so much. Now, talk about blackberries. Here is a whole big patch of them. I just can't wait hardly, but I'm not seeing a lot of blossoms except for way up there, which I'm not going to be able to reach those later this year. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, there's a nice little patch of blackberries here. Look at these. Oh, how pretty. Aren't these pretty? Look at that. Yeah. Huh. I come back down here with y'all sometimes, down by where the little pool is, but one day I found huge, it had rained, and in the mud there was huge cougar tracks and a fresh kill. Didn't see the cougar, thankfully. And then my other video, there was a little snake down on the ground in front of me. A lot of wild stuff around here. They probably come to this little mountain area, water area to drink. So, yeah. I have to kind of keep my eyes open, but being Memorial Day weekend, there's a bunch up here with their four-wheelers and stuff earlier. So with all the noise and commotion, I don't think there'll be anything around. But you know, you can't live in fear. When you live in the woods, you just have to keep your eyes open and be careful. Yeah. A little bird, but the mosquitoes are back here too, and they are eating me. So I am going to go ahead and close this video, and hope you all had a nice 3-day weekend, and we will catch you next time.